Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to accounts class. Today we are going to learn accounting equations. So what are these accounting equations? So accounting equation here is nothing but assets equals liabilities plus capital. What is this equation is about? I have explained you what you mean by assets, what do you mean by liabilities and what is capital. Do you remember? It's there in the basic terminologies we have learned in that. Let me tell you once again, what are the assets? Assets are the resources of every business where they be like, for example, they can have land and building, furniture, machinery, any vehicles which belongs to the business, all that comes as the assets. The liability where the business is liable to pay for the outside people. It can be bank loan or capital which is taken by the owner. So the business firm is liable to pay back the capital of the owner also, right? And the loans which is borrowed for the business purpose or any credit transaction is taken place. Credit means you have purchased something on credit, you didn't pay for them, still you have to pay. So whatever the liabilities, that is the organization or the business is liable to pay for the outside people, that all comes under the liabilities. And capital is the owner's money. The owner's money who has invested his money in the business. So when all these equations should be equal now, always the liabilities and assets should be equal. Then only you can say that your business is doing good, your business is running in a better way. So there is an equation here. So assets equals liabilities plus capital. So when you add all the liabilities and the capital which the business is having, it should be equal to the assets value. Whatever the assets are there in the business, the total value of the assets of the business should be equal to the liabilities and the capital of the business. This will be asked for 5 marks, okay? So I will teach you how to do the calculations also, I will teach you. And in some cases they may ask you to find the value of assets. So you have to use the equation liabilities plus capital. In some cases they will be asking find out the value of capital. In that case you have to take A minus L, that is nothing but assets minus liability. Assets minus liability, we can find out the capital value. And if you want to find out the liabilities value, you can take assets minus capital. Assets minus capital, we can find out the value of liability. So assets, this is the main equation. This can be asked for 1 mark also, what is the equation, or they may ask which is the exact correct equation. They may jumble 3-4 equations like A plus L, C plus L, which is the correct equation out of 4. So you have to know very well, assets always should be equal to the liabilities and the capital of the business. The liabilities are more and your assets are less, then it says you are not running efficiently. Your liabilities, your loans are more, you have to pay so much of amount but you have less resource in your hand. It may lead to the insolvency of the business. What is that insolvency? When a business is not able to run properly and not able to clear its debts. Debts means the amount that he has to pay to the outside people. He has already borrowed. It can be in the form of loans or it can be in the form of like he has not paid salary. The organization or the business has not paid salary for many months. So these are all has to be paid. When it is want to clear all its debts, obviously whatever the source they have, the resources whatever they have in the form of assets, they will sell that. But at least when they sell that, the amount has to realize and that has to clear all other liabilities. So always in the business, it should be liabilities and assets should be equal. The total value of the assets should be equal to the total value of liabilities and capital. When you add these two, it should be equal to the total assets what they have in the business. This is the important equation. Based on this, we are going to solve the problems now. Okay? So we are going to solve the problems based on the accounting equation. Now we are going to solve accounting equations problem. So I am taking one problem to teach you how these accounting equations will be used, and using these equations how we are going to pass this problem. Okay, how we are going to solve this particular problem. So I used to tell you many times transactions. What are these transactions? Whatever the activities happen in the business in terms of money, we call it as transaction. See here, you can see these are all called transaction. Different transactions. Okay, now I'll read it out. Prepare accounting equations on the basis of following transactions. The first transaction says Ganesh started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs. Second transaction, purchased goods from Ishwar for cash rupees 1,40,000. Sold goods to Vivek costing rupees 10,000. Bought furniture on credit rupees 7,000. Withdrawn cash for personal use rupees 7,000. Deposited cash into bank rupees 5,000. So these are all the transaction happened in one particular business. It is related to one particular business. Who is here? Who is starting the business? This is Ganesh. Mr. Ganesh is starting the business. So in his business, these are the transactions that has happened. Okay. So using the accounting equation, we will solve this problem. So as I told you, the equation is always assets equals liabilities plus capital. You should know the meanings of assets, liabilities and capital. I have taught you in basic terminologies. Kindly go through that. It is very important. Okay. So in every business, assets should be equal to whatever the liabilities and capital of the business. It should be equal to liability and the capital of the business. Now, I told you some of the examples I have given for assets, liabilities, right? You should be thorough with the meaning. Then you can easily identify which type of examples, which particular things will be coming under assets, under liability. You will come to know. In capital, there is nothing. Only capital will be there usually. Or drawings you may get, where it is not a capital amount. I'll tell you how that will be treated. Whereas in assets, so many things will be there, like cash, current assets. It is a combination of current assets and fixed assets. So all these we have to calculate carefully here. Okay. So this is the equation we have to match. Always whatever the calculation we do on the asset side, it should match for the total of liabilities and capital. So first transaction, Ganesh started business with cash rupees 2 lakhs. So Ganesh is starting a business. When he is starting, the initial amount we call it as capital. Whatever the investment he is doing, that the initial. When he is starting a business, he is taking 2 lakhs rupees. As a cash, he is investing in the business. So that 2 lakhs becomes the capital amount. Okay. So how do you write this one? You need to have all your stationaries from this class. Okay. From here you are going to start all the calculations. So kindly have your own calculator and stationery, pen, pencil, eraser, scale. All these are the basic requirements for accounts class. So first transaction, Ganesh is starting a business with cash rupees 2 lakhs. So cash is a current asset. Okay. And it is also a capital investment. He is doing first initial investment, which is also capital. So here in the first transaction, cash is 2 lakhs. In the business they have cash value of 2 lakhs and no liability as of now, and capital that they have invested is 2 lakhs. We told you in every transaction, two aspects it will be affecting. Is it right? So two things are affected. One, once the Ganesh is invested in the business, that is the capital 2 lakhs, which increases the cash value of the business, which is the cash balance is been, it was 0. When no business was there, obviously cash value will not be there. When he is invested 2 lakhs in the business capital, the cash balance is increased to 2 lakhs. So cash is asset. So I am writing under the asset. Okay. So when you do the total here, so to make it clearly to understand, I am just drawing the lines and making you to understand here. So we have to do the total for each and every transaction. So asset side, the total is 2 lakhs. Okay. And the there is liabilities plus capital, both the side together it is 2 lakhs. I'm just writing in the middle so that it is both. Okay. This is the total. For the first transaction. Okay. Coming to the second transaction. What is the second transaction says? Purchased goods from Ishwar for cash rupees 1,40,000. So for cash, this particular business, Ganesh business, is purchasing goods of rupees 1,40,000. So first we have to find out two things. Mainly, the cash is going out. We are paying the Ganesh from, you have to think from the point of Ganesh business. Suppose assuming this business firm name itself Ganesh company. Assuming as Ganesh company. Okay. Now think from the point of Ganesh company. Assume yourself as Ganesh company. You are the business now. Now you are started business with 2 lakhs. Okay. Now after that, now you are purchasing goods rupees 1,40,000. Means when you are purchasing, what happens? What comes in? The goods are coming into your business and you are paying some cash. That is, cash is going out of the business. Is it right? You can see goods are coming in and cash is going out. Kindly think from the point of business. Every time in accounts when you are solving any problem, you must think that you are the business. You are the main person. From the business point itself you have to think. Take this Ganesh company itself as you. You are Ganesh company now. Now you are going to take all this transaction as your own company's transaction. In that point of view, you have to solve the problem. This will be applicable for all the problems. Okay. So in that case, you can solve the problem easily. So purchased goods from Ishwar. Now I am Ganesh, Mr. Ganesh. Okay. I am the company, the Ganesh company. I am purchasing some goods from Ishwar for cash rupees 1,40,000. Now I am paying cash. Obviously my cash value will be reducing. 1,40,000 I am paying to Ishwar. So here what happens when you take cash? How much we had cash? Initially we had 2 lakhs. We had 2 lakhs. Okay. In this 2 lakhs, I am paying for goods 1,40,000. So obviously when out of this 2 lakhs, I am paying 1,40,000. Okay. You can do the calculation here. 2 lakhs minus 1,40,000 which I am paying for the goods. Remaining how much I have? I have only, the remaining balance is 60,000. The remaining balance of cash after paying for the goods purchased, I have only 60,000. Now again, you are purchasing goods. You are purchasing goods. Goods is nothing but stock. And stock is increasing in your business. When you purchase the goods, obviously the stock value will increase in your business. So stock is added now. Stock is an current asset again. So it comes under the assets. So stock value only you can see when he started the business only cash was there as an asset. Now using the cash, Mr. Ganesh has purchased the goods. Goods is considered as stock. Okay, so they have paid 1,40,000 out of this 2 lakhs they have paid. Okay, now the remaining cash balance is 60,000. Now again the stock is there, has been increased in your business, is come to your business since you purchase the goods. So the worth of stock is 1,40,000. 1,40,000. Understood? Don't get confused here. You have 2 lakhs in your hand. Out of this 2 lakhs, using this 2 lakhs, you have purchased some goods. Okay, so that goods we are paying 1,40,000 out of the cash. So the cash balance remaining is 60,000 in your business. Now since you have purchased some goods, obviously we have to show it in your books of accounts. Is it right? So when you purchase the goods, it's nothing but we will not write it as goods. Instead of goods, we will write it as stock or inventory. Either one. You can write inventory or goods. Sorry, or stock. So stock value is 1,40,000. You gave cash and you got the goods. See, your cash value is decreased but stock value is increased. Understood? So now do the totaling, and here no changes in liabilities or capital. It is the same. 2 lakhs only. There is no changes here. Since there in the transaction it is not affecting any liability. Okay. So here comes the total. We have to do the totaling. For each transaction we have to do the totaling here. Okay. So what are the two things you are going to total? The remaining balance of cash is 60,000 and the stock value is 1,40,000. You should add these two. So it comes up to 2 lakhs. And here so only 2 lakhs, so it is directly 2 lakhs total. So assets is obviously equal to the liabilities and the capital here. Okay. In second transaction, this should tally. Understood? Assets should tally with the liabilities and the capital here, this side. Okay. The total has to tally. The next is the next entry. What is the next transaction? Sold goods to Vivek, costing rupees 10,000. So here when you are selling the goods, so you are going to sell the goods. Now the same things we have to carry on to the next level also. Cash, how much we have, we have to take the balance from here first. Okay. So what is the cash balance remaining? 60,000. So I am taking 60,000 now. Okay. Understood? And next stock I have. Before that, is there any changes in this? Let me see once again. Sold goods to Vivek, costing rupees 10,000. So obviously when you are selling the goods, you are receiving something. What is that? When you are selling the goods, you are going to receive something. What is that? We receive cash. Is it right? So we are receiving 10,000 and we are giving goods of 10,000 worth of goods we are selling. So it's 10,000 we are receiving. So cash balance will increase. When we are receiving, it should be added. When we are paying, it will be deducted. So now the cash balance is 60,000. Since we sold 10,000 goods, that 10,000 we are receiving now. So that will be added. Now what will be the final cash balance? 70,000. Okay. The final cash balance will be 70,000. Now what about the stock? Stock balance is 1,40,000. Out of which 10,000 worth of stock we have sold. We have 10,000 worth of goods have been sold, right? So the stock will be decreasing. So minus 10,000. Understood? So here it will be 1,30,000. Now the stock value is 1,30,000 and cash balance is 70,000. Okay. And here capital is not changing, in no changes in capital. So it is 2 lakhs. So we will do the totaling now. we will do the totaling. For each transaction, it is best to see the neatly, maintain the notes, draw the lines neatly. Your presentation is very important. Now the total here, you should take the final balance. Okay, cash balance is 70,000, stock balance is 1,30,000. Together it comes to 2 lakhs. Okay, here it is already 2 lakhs. So this is the total, both the side. Okay, next transaction, moving to the next transaction, that is bought furniture on credit rupees 7,000. Means what? I am purchasing furniture, but I didn't pay any cash here. I bought it, I borrowed. It is some sort of loan, or it is the credit basis. So here the liability has been increasing. I have not paid the money for furniture, but I bought the furniture. I am liable to pay. Is it right? I am liable to pay 7,000. I am means here it comes from the point of Ganesh company. I am talking from the point of Ganesh company. Okay. So furniture, I am purchasing the furniture for office, but I didn't pay. Its credit means I didn't pay any cash, and I am liable to pay in future this 7,000. So obviously when we are liable, it increases the liabilities value. That is the creditors. Here in the liabilities, now the creditors are created. Now first coming to the asset side itself. First we are going to take the cash balance. There is no changes in cash balance because the transaction is not affecting the cash. So cash value is 70,000. Okay. Then we have stock. Stock value also is not changing because this particular transaction does not make any difference in stock value because we are purchasing the furniture here. So stock value is 1,30,000. So furniture, now we are buying a new product, that is a new asset, that is furniture. Furniture belongs to fixed asset, so it comes under the assets itself. So we are adding furniture to the asset side. Value of asset is, that is furniture, is 7,000. Okay, so these three assets are there currently in this particular business. Okay, next coming to the liabilities, since it is did not pay, it is purchased on credit, we are liable to pay. So here the creditors, under the liabilities, creditors. For creditors we write like this, CRS, which means creditors. Have given the basic meaning of creditors, please read that. Okay, so now the creditors value has been increased. 7,000 we have to pay. The business is liable to pay 7,000 for the creditors, which we have borrowed, which we bought the furniture. We have bought the furniture on credit basis, so we have to pay it in future. So the company, the firm is liable to pay. That is to whom? For the creditors. That is 7,000. Okay. Again here, capital is 2 lakhs. As it is, there is no changes in capital. Now let's see the total. So total we have to do, it will change. Since furniture has been introduced, it will be changing. Okay. Let's see the total. So here the total, we are going to add cash balance 70,000 plus 30,000 stock balance plus 7,000. So we are getting 2,07,000. The total of asset side is 2,07,000. Okay. Now it should match with the liability and the capital. When you add this liability 7,000 plus 2 lakhs, obviously it is 2,07,000. It's equal. So 2,07,000. Both assets and liabilities capital is equal now. Excuse me. Hope you understood. So in every transaction, when we move on to the next transaction, we have to carry the previous transaction's balance for the next transaction. From here you can see the first transaction, I've taken the cash 2 lakhs balance for the next transaction, and here whatever the changes is happening we have done here. The balance we have taken here. From here again the balances carry forward. This all belongs to one particular business, and it is the same business we are going to continue. Is it right? So next transaction, moving to the next. We are moving on to the next entry. Just to make it neatly presented, I am using lines. In your ledger book, the already lines will be there, but still draw the lines. Kindly draw the lines so that it will be presented neatly. Understood? Okay. So let me write the equation once again here so that it will be easy for you to understand. Assets equals liabilities plus capital plus capital. Okay, not to get confused, so I am using in this page also. So what is the next entry? We have done bought furniture on credit is completed. Next we have withdrawn cash for personal use rupees 7,000. What is this personal use? Withdrawn cash for personal use, we call it as what? Do you remember? I have taught you in basic terminologies. What is the meaning of drawings? The meaning of drawings is nothing but when you take any amount or any goods from the business for personal use, that we consider as drawings. So here withdrawn cash, that is 7,000 which belongs to business, I am taking for my personal use. I am means here business, Ganesh company business. It's nothing but the business. As I told you, business is treated as separate legal entity. Now I am an artificial person, that is the business. I am from my business account. The owner is withdrawing certain amount, 7,000, for his personal use, which is called as drawings. We call it as drawings. Okay. So let me take the first thing. We will take the balances from the previous transaction. Cash balance we have 70,000. Okay. And next we have stock 1,30,000. And then we have furniture worth rupees 7,000. So this is the balance what we had. And here creditors also we have 7,000. And capital we had 2 lakhs. Okay. This was the final balance which we got in the previous transaction. Okay. Adding to that, now when an owner is withdrawing some money for personal use, obviously he is taking from the cash balance only. So he is taking 7,000. So cash balance will reduce. Minus 7,000 out of this 70,000, we have 70,000 of cash. Deduct 7,000 because it is withdrawn by the owner for his personal use. He is taking. So 70,000 minus 7,000, it will be 63,000. The remaining balance of cash is 63,000. Okay. And this drawings is an expense where it will be deducted in capital balance. Okay. So who has invested this? The owner has been invested the capital. Out of his capital only he is taking 7,000 for his personal use. So here again the capital balance will also decrease. that is drawings. Okay, drawings, we are going to deduct 7,000 from his capital balance. Okay, so finally the capital balance will be 1,93,000. You can do it in the calculator also. 2 lakhs minus 7,000, you will get 1,93,000. 1,93,000. Okay, for your reference I have written here drawings. When a money, any cash or goods is taken for personal use from the business, it is considered as drawings. Very important terminology. Okay, so it will be deducted from the capital balance also. When he invests capital, that is what the cash amount, is it right? So when drawings is taken place, it will affect cash balance as well as the capital. Understood? Okay. Now let's see the total, whether it will tally both the sides. We will cross check. The total. Okay. So here capital is 1,93,000 plus 7,000 liabilities. It comes to 2 lakhs. Okay, both together, sir. Liabilities plus capital, right? So liabilities we have 7,000 plus capital we have 1,93,000. Add together we get 2 lakhs. And here we need to add cash balance 63,000 plus stock 1,30,000. 1,30,000 plus 7,000 furniture. You are getting 2 lakhs. Okay. So both the side it is tallied. 2 lakhs in the asset side and 2 lakhs in the liabilities plus capital. Okay. Next, moving on to the next entry. This is the last entry. Deposited cash into bank rupees 5,000. Deposited cash into bank rupees 5,000. So here cash is affecting as well as bank. Bank is also current asset. Okay, cash is also current asset, belongs to current asset. Bank balance is also a current asset. So both comes under the asset side itself. Okay, so first we will take with the cash. Cash final balance is 63. Okay, and stock, it does not affect it anymore, so just write the same balance, 1,30,000. Furniture also we don't have any changes. We have to check with the transaction whether which particular asset is affected with that particular transaction, only that we have to change. Okay. So here cash has been taken and deposited into bank, so obviously it is affecting cash. How much? 5,000. They are taking out of 63,000, they are taking 5,000 and depositing in the bank. Bank is also an asset, so I am writing under the asset itself. Okay, so 5,000 is added to the bank account. They have newly opened and they have deposited 5,000. So cash value here 5,000 is deducted. 63,000 minus 5,000, you will be getting 58,000. This is the final cash balance. Okay, so again in the liabilities only we have creditors, same carry forward. Okay, and capital balance we have 1,93,000. The symbols are carried for all. Okay, equals, plus, this is common for all the transactions if you want here. Okay, so equals, plus. So here we will add both the side and check out the total whether it is tallying or not. So total of assets, add final balance of cash is 58,000 plus 1,30,000 plus 7,000 plus 5,000. It's 2 lakhs. Total assets is 2 lakhs. And here add 7,000 plus capital amount 1,93,000. You will be getting 2 lakhs total. So both the side it is tallied. Okay. So this is how we are going to, using the equations, we are going to solve the problem. Okay. I hope you have understood. Please kindly concentrate and try to understand this basic thing. Okay. So each transaction you have to check what is affecting in each transaction, whether it is only assets or any liabilities are there, or it is affecting capital. We have to check in each transaction. So here when he started business, obviously when we are starting the business, cash and capital will be taken place. Purchasing goods. So here cash is one aspect affecting, the other one is goods. Goods is nothing but stock. Sold goods to Vivek costing rupees 10,000. So again cash is affecting as well as goods is affecting here. Two things. Next, bought furniture on credit. So furniture is a one aspect, on credit is nothing but the creditors. Okay. Either if it is been paid immediately, paid cash rupees 7,000 means again this was, it was affecting cash account, but here they have given credit. So the company is liable to pay, so liabilities will be created here. Next, withdrawn cash. Again cash is affected. Personal use is nothing but drawings. So drawings is always affecting the capital balance. Okay. Next, deposited cash into bank. So cash balance is affected and bank is also affected. Two things has to be considered. In each transaction this will be there. You have to observe, you should start learning how to identify the aspects. Okay. Which is very important for you to learn the further important problems, whatever we are going to do it in the further upcoming classes. It is very important to identify the aspects. So how, which account is affected, that is what the aspects that we need to identify. Okay. So this equation, kindly be thorough. Assets equals, always it should be liabilities plus capital. So once again you can see all the full problem. Okay. Hope you understood. If you have any doubts and clarifications, please let me know in the comment section. Okay.